channel Code Effectively. Today we are going to discuss like what are basic functions. What are the functions in Swift programming language? Okay, so in any other programming language also, if you have studied, so you would be knowing like a function is basically a subprogram that is designed to do a specific task. Okay, that is a subprogram. Like we are having this entire program that is used, for example, to create a app. Okay, an application, a shopping application to be very easy. Okay, so now in this shopping application, you might have what? You might have an cart. Okay, you might have to purchase the things, and for the purchase, you might have that billing. Okay, screen, and then in app, you could also have a screen where you can just edit or add the details of your, like you can say your address or your location or your name, mobile number, and so on. Okay, so you have three screens. So this program is designed to do to make these three screens. Now what happened is, here we have function 1, okay, function 2, and function 3. So what we do not just write everything in one program, we divide the task. Okay, so this you can say task 1, or you can say task 1, this you can say task 2, this you can say task 3. So what is it doing? The task 1 is just making your cart, the task 2 is used for the purchase bill, and the task 3 is adding the location and the details of the user. So we have divided the program into sub-programs, and these tasks you can also call them functions. So we have wrote one function to make a cart, another function to do the purchase and the billing thing, and the third function for the details of the user. So this is what a program inside a program. So that is why we call it function as the sub program to do a specific task. Okay, and all these specific tasks club together to form your shopping website or your app. Simple. So in if we are looking for the Swift programming language, in the Swift programming language we have few syntax that we need to make sure for writing a function. Okay, so the syntax goes on like here. First we need to use this func keyword. After that, we have to just write the name of the function. As of now, we can just write example as the name of the function. Simple. And after that, using this arrow, we need to tell what is the return type of the function. Okay, like what is the return type? I'm writing here as a return type, what the function will return. And here is the code of lines that we need, so that we need to perform the task. As simple as that. You will have a better understanding if we go directly to the playground and run and just see how things are going on. So this is my playground, and in the playground I think the font is quite visible to you. Here we will just write func. Func is a keyword which tells the compiler or which donates like we are using, we are writing, or we are creating a function. Okay, so let's say we need to create a function work, and here these are the parentheses. As of now we are not taking any input. Okay, so by default if we do not put this, as I told you, it means, or we can just write here void, which means the function will not return any value. And if we just do not put this, it also means the same, like the function is not returning any value. And here we can print something, like we can just print I am working in the function. A simple, it will just show us or tell us like this line has been printed. If this line has been printed, it means like we are in this function. Okay, the function that is named as work. So this denotes, like the keyword denotes, as you can see the coloring also, this pink color denotes like we are using a function as or the keyword func. This denotes like we are in function. This means like this is the identifier or the name that we are giving to a function, and within this parenthesis means the body of the function. Okay, and how to call it? We can just take a variable and a, and we can just call it work. As you can see, we have called this function, whatever the name was, it was work. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, so it says like you can fix the warning, or it's up to you. It doesn't matter, it is just a warning, it's not an error. You can just remove this also, it will work the same way. Okay, so now you can see when I call this a, in this variable work function is being called. In the work function, I went to the work function, I executed the lines that were being printed. Only this line was being printed, like I'm working in the function, and it is being printed in the playground also, you can see. And you can see here itself also, like it was being printed. As simple as that. Okay, so now let us make some changes. So as I was telling you, a function may have a return type, and this type we are giving it a integer return value. Okay, so here you can see I have not returned any value and it gave me an error, like you are putting a void, but it should have a return type int. That's pretty sure. And if I just give a return type here, this denotes like we are returning a value, and let's give it 298. Okay, as simple as that. So now what will be the value? As you can see, if I print the value of var a, so let's just simply print, and you can see here first what will happen, function a will be called, as you can see the a, and it will print the line like I am been in printing, and after that it will return. Why it has to return? Because we have already defined, while defining a function, like you have to return an integer value, so it is returning an integer value here. This integer value that is being returned by the function is stored whosoever has called this function. So who has called this function? As you can see, a has only called, because you can see here work, this function name has been written and it has been called by a only. So a has called, so a will only store whatever it has returned the value. So the value 298 that has been returned is stored by a. So that's why whenever you print the value of a, you can see here 298 is being printed. Okay, so let us just run here also. I don't know why it is not printing the value of a. Yes, it has been printed here also. So I am working in the function is been printed first, because first we went to the work executed the statements whatever were written in that, and since print statement was written in that, so print statement got executed first. After that we had the return, and it returned 298. After that 298 was returned to the value a stored that value, and we printed that value of a, and 298 was being printed. As simple as that. You can see here also a has been storing 298 as the value in the playground. And if I change the value, and you can just do your mix and match, and if you can just store string here, and you can just return by. So here you can say, you can see the value will be printed again, and instead of string integer, it was just now the value been becoming by. You can try with other data types. Now another thing that I want to tell you is, now let's make it back again to int, and here we can also have the arguments also. Okay, so I can pass some arguments here. Whatever the arguments could be, I can take it. You can take as n1, you can take as the int which denotes integer 1, and then here I can take n2. So what we can do, these are the two integers. Okay, so here instead of passing the integer, I would just pass the sum of these two numbers as the result. As simple as that. And here I have to pass the numbers that are being asked. So let's take it 20 and 30. Let me explain the execution, how it is working. Okay, and here I have to just mention these variables name, that the variables n1, and this is variable n2. As simple as that. Okay, so this we have done, and just make a space little with towards the, this is perfect now in the syntax form. So now what I have done is, these are known as function arguments. Like if we have to pass some values to the functions, we can pass. As you can know, in here I have called the function work, and in this function work what I have done, I have passed the values. That is, I have passed two integer values. Why two integer values? Because I have already told here n1 and n2 are of int type, so I have to make sure that integer values are being passed. So 20 and 30 I have passed here. So now this function work is being called with the values 20 and 30. Now 20 and 30 are in n1 and n2 respectively. So here now I have been printed, I am working in the function, and in return I am been just putting using these values. I'm just printing the sum of these two numbers. So n1 and n2, these values that are now the part of my function work. Okay, so here I have just used n1 and n2 and I have just returned their sum. So you can see the value n1 and n2 will be 20 and 30. So n1 plus n2 gives me 50, and here you can see the a value is 50. So these are the simple things. Now just let me just tell you the word, like whatever the words like I have used, so you are not being confused. So like I was using the function. Okay, I will just take the same function that I was taking work, and in that I used n1 of integer type, n2 of integer type, and I returned an integer value. Okay, so here what I did, I just printed, okay, whatever the statement I was printing, like let's say as of now hello, and then I just return n1 plus n2. So now, okay, so what we can do, I'm just telling you the words that we use, okay, so that the methodology is also been very simply clear to you. I'm not doing what I'm doing now. So this is simply a keyword, this is the identifier, okay, and these are the arguments that we passed, these are the arguments, okay, they could be any number, anything that you want, and this is the return type. This is what the return type, and this entire is known as the function prototype. Okay, you can say it function prototype, or some people call it function signature. It's up to you, whatever you want to call, both are same. Like someone can say tell me the function prototype, so function prototype contains a keyword or the function name, the identifier, name of the function, and the number of arguments that you want to pass. So these are the number of arguments, these are two arguments, and their type are being specified, and the return type, this is your function signature or your prototype. As simple as that. So you need to know these things also. Okay, and this is what, this is your function body, this is the body of your function. So these are basically, so you can say a function contains two type, it is a prototype, or you can say a signature, or you can say a header, many people call it header also, and then a body. So body is just the arguments or the statements that we use. So here the arguments could be any, okay, so here you cannot say like ma'am you have taken only two, so no, come on. So you can just take it here, simple, and here also you can just, you need to remove it and make it done. So it will just return me 20, nothing else. Okay, you can take it of string type also if you want, so you can take it string type, you have to change the things over here. So now 20 will be just printed as what, it will be as 20 will be simply integer. So now I have to make it here as a string type, and it's done. I have to just put it into double quotes, it's done. And now here you have to make it again string. So you can change the things up to you according to your needs of your program, whatever the demands your program demands. So you can say I have made it to string, and now 20 is now not a number, it is a string because it is in double quotes. Okay, so now you can here have it n2 as integer, I don't mind here. So here you can have it n2 also. So it depends like what are your requirement, and then you can just take it according to your requirements. So make it 30, and now what you can do, you can just return n1 plus n2, as simple as that. So what you can do, you can just add up these. Okay, so how to add up, I'm just telling you, and here is the addition. So it could be tough as of now, but when you will learn, it is plus, and then you have to make it, give me a second, n2, and that. So this is now, it will print 20 30 as a number, and simple. So you got it. So you can just do it, you just have to remove this 20 because we are not adding as of now, so it will become 2030. So this is what you put it, a string and a number, and you have to return a string type, so you just collaborate the numbers. So I was not doing the addition, I was just simply just concatenating these numbers as a one string. This is what we can do. So I hope you understood the concept of function, and you understood like how things are working. If you like this video, please go and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.